So everybody, say Chloe. Say what's up, everybody. What's up, Chloe? So guys, it was a time I remember. When did I start my business? It was like 7 years ago, and I never forget, guys. I had this $1,200 in my account, and I used to hold on to this $1,200 so hard I didn't want to let it go. And this is the time I start changing my business over. I start hiring people, start seeking help. And I remember it was this guy that did SEO. And I found him somewhere on the internet. And he came by my house. Great presentation. Great guy. And that was the first and last time I ever seen him. But he came out to my house, sat down at the table. I mean, just presentation was just A1. And so he told me his services, told me what he was going to do. And again, I have $1,200. Or he said, for me to do my services, it's going to be $1,000. And I thought about it. I said, man, I got $1,200, and I'm gonna give this guy 1,000 of it. That will leave me with $200. And guys, after dwelling and thinking about it, and also at the time I was reading the Think and Grow Rich, and chapter 8 about decisions. You got to be able to make decisions quick. And I said, you know what? What do I have to lose? It's just $1,000. I can always get out here and make another $1,000. So I gave him, after about thinking for about, I say about 5 minutes. Now he was sitting there looking at me and it didn't say nothing. He didn't try to negotiate, didn't try to talk me into it. He just sat there. And I gave him $1,000. And let me tell you guys, 7 years fast forward, do you think I sit back and dwell about that $1,000? No. See, the point I'm trying to make is a lot of times we are not willing to let go certain things to keep us from getting things that we want in our future, to get better things, to get bigger things, to get more things, because we will hold on to these things that seem so big at the time. Because at the time, that $1,200 was a lot to me. But now, no. I mean, I'm not, trust me, guys, I'm not here to boast and brag, but I can make that in a days of cleaning carpets. But at the time, that $1,200 was a lot to me. Why? Because I have never gave myself the opportunity or a chance to experience something bigger. So what I'm saying is that sometimes, man, people, as people, we hold on to things. We hold on to certain things so tight that we're not willing to let it go. But while we're trying to hold on to it tight, we don't realize there's so much more out here waiting for us. At that time when I decided to change my business, I was charging $20 a room. Now, fast forward 7 years, I'm charging $50 a room. Now, ask yourself, how would I be able to get the customers that's willing to pay me $50 a room when 7 years ago I was cleaning for customers for $20 a room? And these are totally different customers. These are even not the same customers. Why? These $50 customers they were here. They were out here waiting. People was cleaning these customers while I was cleaning the $20 room customers. But you know why? At the time, I wasn't cleaning the $50 a room customers because I didn't want to let go of the $20 a room customers. I was so wrapped up around cleaning these customers for $20, I didn't give myself the opportunity to realize that there was customers out here that would pay me $50. We gotta stop letting these things that we think are so big at the time keep us from getting things that are bigger, more important. You'll realize as you hold on to something and as you finally let it go, And as you transition and you move into something else and you become better, your circumstances become better, you get better opportunity, you start making more money, you start doing better, and you will look back and you will say, man, all this time, all that time, I was holding on to something that really didn't matter. You know what you know what I call this, guys? I call this the bird in the cage syndrome. The bird, think about it. Some of us is like a bird being in a cage. A bird can fly. He can fly high, fly north, east, south, and west, up and down, just fly, just fly, just fly. But in that cage, he can't fly. But he got wings, but that bird can't fly. And that's what a lot of us do to ourselves. We're birds. We got wings. But we want a span. We're not willing to escape that cage. Open up that door. Sometimes that door is wide open. And a lot of us are afraid to fly out that cage because of that little that we have, that little space that we have. We think it's something, but there's a whole world of opportunity waiting. So what I'm saying is that stop letting these small things and you know, and you think they're big things, but they're not. I mean, again, for me, I can only speak for myself. I was holding on to $1,200, squeezing it. There was a time, guys, you couldn't rip that $1,200 out my hand. Working for $20 a room, and there were customers out there willing to pay $50, $60 a room. Sometimes, you know, if a customer like today, I wouldn't have did a job today, $100 a room. She did 2 rooms, and both rooms needed pet odor treatment. $50 for the cleaning, $50 for the pet odor enzyme. That's $100 a room. But 7 years ago, all I could do was focus on that $20 a room customer and didn't want to let it go. So my thing is, guys, is that money, I see people do it with possessions, cars and houses. I ain't gonna let go of my house. I ain't gonna let my car. I ain't gonna let my money. I'm like, you know what's funny is, this is the crazy part. These are all man-made things. These are things that are made by man. We are man. And sometimes we put our trust, sometimes we put our faith more into the things that really don't matter. That things that can easily be replaced every single day. Money is printed every day. Cars are made every day. Houses are built every day. But you know one thing that's not made every day that we don't value is time. A lot of us don't. We put more value in things that are man-made. Like I said, things that can easily be replaced. I mean, it's like, you know, it comes to a point where you have to ask yourself, am I willing to risk it all? Am I willing to lose it all? That's what separates certain people in this world. The ones that are willing to risk it all and lose it all. You know why? Because we have a mentality. I can lose it today, but guess what? I can go back out and get it again tomorrow. That's why we gotta take our precious time and really, 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 guys, take care of it. Take advantage of it. I came to a point earlier this week in my life, and I had to leave something behind. Because I said, in order for me to reach the next step in my life, again, I gotta be willing to let something go. That's something that I thought was so valuable, so important to me. I had to let it go. Why? Because it didn't value me. So why should I value it? As soon as I did that, guys, as soon as I did that, the next day, my other opportunity just started popping off. See, that's the way the universe works. The universe, we can say universe, and I like to use the word universe, or we can say God. I think it's all the same, but you hear people say God will never give you too much what you can't handle, or God will never put too much on you that you can't handle. Same thing with the universe. The universe knows what we can and can't handle, especially when you're connected to it, when you're aligned with the universe, when you're aligned with God. It won't put too much on you that you can't handle. So that means you got to be willing to let something go in order to move forward to that other thing that you're trying to get to, that other thing that you're trying to grab. And this is so true. I had to let go of that $20 a room customer in order to get to that $50 a room customer. I had to be willing to let go of that $1,200 to get to more money, to $1,200, that probably had to save up for, I don't know, 3-4 months. Well, now I can go out there and make that in one day. But how would I have ever known if I wasn't willing to let it go? Guys, let it go. Let it go, because you can replace it. It's out here. It's out here 24/7, 365. But what isn't out here is opportunity. So many of us miss out on opportunity. Why? Because that little thing that we sell, that we think is big, we think it's important, but we hold on to it so tight. Don't want to let it go. Don't want to, not willing to risk it, not willing to lose it, but not realizing while we're holding on to this little thing that we think is so important, we're losing so much opportunity, so much more than what we already have or what we think we have. So like I said, man, stop being that bird in the cage. Stop thinking that little space, that little cage is all you have. You got a whole world out here waiting for you. But you have to ask yourself, like I had to ask myself 7 years ago, are you willing to lose it?